going to talk about one of the most slept on, overpowered items in Fortnite. It's the Stealth Splash, and Fortnite has had an insane history with invisibility. We're going to go over all of it. I'm going to show you how good this new item is and why you should be using it right now. Let's jump into it. Here we go. I'm really excited because this is a very interesting topic to talk about. Invisibility has been in Fortnite for a long time, and I actually did some research, and I believe that every chapter since chapter 2, we've actually had a new invisibility item or medallion. So today I'm going to cover that history and why it's been kind of looked down upon just as a gameplay element in Fortnite, but why this brand new item has kind of changed that. And low-key, it's OP. So let's go ahead and land real quick and try to swing off spawn. Oh, that is a bad area to land, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You don't want to land there. There is nothing there, and you got absolutely bodied. Did anybody else land here with me? I'm gonna hit you with a fun fact. You can run and jump into this thing. Let me just go ahead and get some speed. Oh! Teleported me near the loot. Let's go. I guess I can loot this too. If there's anything, there's no chest. I see nothing. I see absolutely nothing. Imagine landing this building and not a single chest spawn. That's insane. Okay, while I'm healing up, let's talk about the very first invisibility item that I can remember. I think I did my research properly, but this is the Predator's cloaking device. This was back in chapter 2, season 5. Let me know if you played all the way back then. Type OG in the comments. Now, this thing was very interesting. It did make you invisible, but you honestly weren't that invisible. People could spot you fairly easily, and it had a lot of drawbacks, a ton of cons, if you will. The effect was canceled if you swapped to a different item, if you dropped the item, if you attempted to build, or if you tried to swim. So basically, if you did anything, you would stop being invisible. And plus, like I mentioned already, you really weren't that invisible. People could spot you. It was a bad item. People thought it was bad at the time, and just wasn't good. It was just cool that it was like a predator mythic. You know, that part was cool. Let me loot up a little bit more here. I haven't even found what I need to find so far. Give me the stealth splashes, please. The new ones. I want to talk about them. I just got so many shockwaves, which is great. Oh my gosh. They really made it so you can carry only 4 shockwaves, but there's like an absurd amount of shockwaves just everywhere. Oh my, there is so many. Actually, wow, that's actually bonkers. Okay, now you can find these stealth splashes pretty much anywhere. You can find them as floor loot, you can find them in chests, all that good stuff. And honestly, they are fairly common. I'm just getting some bad luck opening some chests. Maybe somebody over here will have one. Let's go ahead and shock. Oh my gosh. Homie almost got blasted. Oh my, it's so much damage. He had the stealth splash. See, that's why I knew I had to fight him. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the stealth splash. Now, it did come out during the South Park portion of chapter 7, season 1. And when they came out, they were absolutely horrible. I think they were one of the worst items that we've ever seen in Fortnite, but they have actually buffed them quite a bit. And now they've become surprisingly, incredibly useful. Now, if you see their effect, it says, toss to splash all nearby players, which is cool. Instantly applies cloak to those in the splash area. So that's just something good to know there. Now you can go ahead and splash. Can you build with it? You cannot build with it. But that is okay because they have a very special use, especially during early game, which makes it super, super useful. But you can use it at any point in time, and I will show you how. Just go ahead and get a few more mats, and then we're going to talk about the second invisibility item. All right, give me a medkit though. Now, I don't remember exactly. I thought there was an invisibility item in chapter 3, but thinking about it some more, I don't think there was. So I guess we've had invisibility in every chapter except for 1 and 3, I believe. Okay, let's shock out of here. Okay, so next up, I believe, is chapter 4, season 3. We had cloak gauntlets. Oh, I'm going invisible. Oh, this guy's just running away. I thought he'd fight me. That's the perfect time to show you how good they are. So you can see how you use them. You just throw them at your feet and you splash. You know what? Because he didn't want to fight me, I'm gonna go fight him. Wish. I think I'd rather have my pump over these mythic dualies, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, the cloak gauntlets in chapter 4, season 3, that was like the forest season. How do you call it? It's like the jungle season. It was honestly probably, it was definitely actually the worst season in chapter 4. I actually love chapter 4. I think it was one of my favorite chapters of all time. But that season was particularly weak, and this item did not help it. So it was similar to the Predator's cloaking device. You had to have this item in your inventory, and you had to hold it, use it, and keep on that item. You couldn't have a gun out or something. It was pretty awful. Would not recommend. One of the worst items in chapter 4, maybe one of the worst items of all time. Also, if you stepped into mud, it would also go away. Yes, there was a mud mechanic in Fortnite. I don't know if you guys were playing during that time, but there was a mud mechanic in Fortnite. I just coned him. Boom. Bingo bango. Now, usually they aren't this rare, the stealth splashes, but I'm kind of having some difficulty locating them. I'm sure when you play, you will find them in abundance, but Fortnite likes to add to the suspense of the game for me, you know, because they know I'm recording. Honestly, W Fortnite, man. They just look out for me all the time. They really do. Always looking out for me, man. What's that banana doing? So yeah, so far 2 for 2 in absolute fails with invisibility. But then Fortnite decided to cook up a little bit. Honestly, they decided to go a little bit crazy. All right. And they did a fantastic job with this next item. Just kidding. Invisibility, trash. Going up. 72. Ouch. It's over for this guy. Ooh, there's 2 guys there. Oh, there's 3 guys here. What is happening? Oh my gosh, I almost slipped off the edge. Oh, there's a guy. Oh, crap. Oh, that is a long fall. Yup. GG. Oh my gosh. Get a mythic. Got him. Not reviving, sorry. Reviving is not allowed here, buddy. Okay, so the next invisibility thing was Mysterio Stealth Medallion. That was in Chapter 5, Season 4, which was a really fun season. It was a superhero season, the Marvel one. And it was a medallion, and it was so bad. Honestly, it was probably worse than the other ones. I would say actually by far it was worse than the other ones. It was so bad. I literally can't stress this more. Oh my gosh, I have a triangle storm. So the way it worked is that if you crouched, it would make you invisible for 15 seconds. The problem is, well, you deactivate it by standing up or by using an item. And honestly, you weren't that invisible. I would see noobs use it and they would think they're invisible and I would just shoot them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It wouldn't be hard at all. Like I would have 0 difficulty spotting them. I don't think they ever knew that. Me, eventually they did because everybody just dropped the medallion. That's how bad it was. Everyone dropped the medallion. They were like, yes, medallions are rare because only one person in the lobby can have this specific one, but they didn't want it. Nobody wanted it. It was that bad. So that is most certainly one of the worst medallions ever we had, and I think probably the worst stealth thing that we've had in the game. Now, everything was just charging up to this moment for Fortnite, where they actually released probably, I mean, one of the best medallions ever, and it involved invisibility. Where's this guy shooting me from? Oh, he made a little box. Congratulations. It's the last box you're gonna make in this lobby, buddy. Oh my gosh. There you go. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. I found some cell splashes. Let's pick this up. Let's do this too. They do come in stacks of 2, which is nice. I think they stack up to 6 of them, maybe 6 or 7. No, definitely 6. Okay, but let's talk about the most overpowered medallion ever, probably, or at least one of them. It was Shogun X medallion, and this thing was insane. You would have infinite stamina. You could just run forever. And on top of that, like that wasn't enough. Once you're sprinting, whenever you're sprinting, you would be invisible. All right. So it wasn't necessarily the invisibility that made it overpowered, although it was really powerful and a lot of pros used it end game because it was really hard to see when everything was going on. It was just the sprinting thing that was just insane. But the combo of them did make for a pretty awesome medallion, I will have to say. Ooh my gosh, look at that. Got a lot of stealth splashes now. You're leaving them because they're underrated. And when something's underrated, that's when you use it, because that means Fortnite's not going to nerf yet until everybody uses it. But yeah, the Shogun X medallion was just absolutely bonkers. It was a lot of fun to use, and but it was overpowered. The thing that balanced it is that the Shogun X medallion only appeared towards the end of the game when Spawn Island spawned in. Or Spawn Island? Loot Island spawned in. Which means that like it couldn't be overpowered for that long because it was near the end of the game. And usually at that point there was only, I don't know, maybe 10 players, 15 players max. And then competitive, I mean, there were still a lot of players left. So that's why it was more overpowered there. Oh, I'm in a top 6 situation. This is one of the best times to show you how the stealth splash works. Okay, anyway, flash forward to today. Chapter 7. Season 1. Fortnite released the stealth splash and it was awful. You use it, it was just bad. It didn't last a long time. People could see you easily. Nobody touched it. But they really did make an update recently where when you throw this down, you're invisible for longer. And the invisibility effect is really good. It's really hard to see somebody when they're running with the invisibility on. It's like very, very difficult unless you know exactly what you're looking for. And even then, somebody just like that's not really close to you, you could spot them. One thing you have to note is that you will still like give off footprints or footsteps rather in visual audio. So you got to be really sneaky and you got to know how long it lasts. If you know those things though, you can do some really awesome plays with it. Spider-Man over here. Let's go invisible. He's just spraying and praying. 133. Bang. Look at that. He knew I was behind the tree, but he couldn't spot me because I was invisible. That's actually wild. I didn't think it would work that well. Oh, somebody's over here. Now, I think you can actually combo with this. Let's see. I'm going to throw this down. Go invisible. I'm going to shockwave myself. Okay, you can't do that. But if you could, it would be the most broken thing of all time. You also can't use it with a shockwave, but you can use it with a launch pad. So heads up. To me, in my opinion, it is the most useful at the start of a game because that way you can just sneak around, you can crouch, and people don't really have a lot of stuff. It's actually like overpowered at the beginning of the game. It's also pretty overpowered at the end of a game, especially in comp tournaments, because people aren't really looking for it and they want to go for people that are easy to see, easy to spot. So you can sometimes have the leeway to get out of situations. I would just be hyper alert though. If you are using it, you do have to understand that people can still spot you. It's not like a perfect technique. And a shockwave over here. I'm gonna go invisible. Okay, he doesn't spot me yet. I'm gonna throw another one down. Look at this. He doesn't see me. Look at that. Some intro shots on. Oh my gosh. Absolutely deleted with this thing. You're not making it. I'm sorry. 1v1 situation. I think what will be helpful, I'm going to cut in some clips I had from some other games where I used invisibility at the start and how overpowered it was. Okay, look, stealth splashes. We're going to need these. They are OP. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit invisibility. This guy doesn't see me. Oh my gosh, look at this. Dude. Invisibility is insane now. Look, nobody can see you. It's actually crazy. I think it might be the right balance for this item though. Like I think invisibility, if used too much, is very annoying. But if you use it and it doesn't really work, what's the point, right? So I think this is a good balance. This is an item that you'd mostly use at the start of a game, but it's just really hard to see somebody that's invisible right now. So it's a great bonus. Like somebody could be running out here and it would be near impossible to see them. Heck, somebody could be invisible right now in my screen and I don't see them. Shocking. Whee! We love ourselves a triangle storm. Actually, what are your thoughts on the different shapes of storms? I feel like Fortnite's trying to teach me all the different shapes in the world. Triangle, circle, rectangle, square. I'm learning, Fortnite. I'm learning. Thank you. I honestly don't know where this last guy is at. He can... Oh. He went invisible too hard that he got eliminated. Well, GG, let me know what you think about invisibility. I think it's pretty darn OP at the start of games now. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also, let me know what you think about this Victory Royale screen, the way they changed this up. I still don't like it. Just put it back to normal, all right? I want to emote for 50 seconds after winning the game. GG.